Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 484. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam, and this is a talk episode where the tutors talk.
We finished Bridgerton.
We did.
Fucking so good.
It was very good. And then we started Queen Charlotte because we haven't watched that season yet.
Yep, and we made it one episode in and have not watched it since Sunday.
Was that Sunday?
Yeah, that was Sunday.
Well, we've been really busy this week, though.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and next week.
Yeah, we'll get to it again. Maybe Sunday.
Maybe Sunday. We just busy. We're busy folks.
Yeah.
We're always kind of just doing shit.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, our February wasn't too bad. And then our April and May are pretty open.
Yeah.
March is fucked.
Fucked.
So, so yeah, we're just getting through a busy month and carrying on with life.
For sure. We can mention it here, but then we could do a full podcast on it if you want.
Okay.
I wrote a blog on opportunity cost.
Oh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just broke down. The first example is my life, so don't fucking at me. Okay, the first example is my life. The second example is what I do not do. So I did one that is me and one that isn't, okay? So let's say every morning you stop and grab a coffee and a muffin.
Okay.
Typically, it's not a muffin. Typically, it's a cinnamon roll, but it's $10 roughly, right? Like that's my life, and we've got an espresso machine at our office, and so it has saved us a lot,
a ton of money.
But let me just explain to you how much. So let's say we're just going to base it on a normal person's working life, 20 to 65, right?
Mm-hmm.
45 years, 20 to 65, 45 years. And let's say every day you stop like I used to and get a coffee and some sort of Danish, right? And you spend $10 a day. Okay, you do that 5 days a week for a work week. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? It's $50 a week, whatever. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. Well, let's say the average income is $66,000 in the U.S. Mm-hmm. So let's say I make $30 an hour. So it ends up being $32 an hour. Let's say I make $30 an hour. And that $10, so essentially it's 20 minutes. So I have to work for 20 minutes. And this doesn't include taxes and inflation, which obviously makes this way worse. But we'll just not muddy it with that. It only makes things worse. But so let's say it's 20 minutes of my life, right? Mm-hmm. How long? What takes 10 to 15 minutes every time I stop and get one?
Yeah.
Okay. So 35 minutes. 35 minutes of my life, let's say, from like going off my commute to stop, order, get it, get back in the car, get back on my commute. Mm-hmm. 15 minutes plus my 20 minutes of work cost me 35 minutes. Okay. No big deal. Over 45 years, that is 284 days. That is 3/4 of a year I spent stopping to get coffee.
Dang, dude.
Okay, 3/4 of a year of a 24-hour-a-day year. 284 24-hour days. Not just your normal work day. Days, full days. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because 284 days might not sound crazy, but it's not a work 8-hour day. That's full days.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're like, yeah, whatever. I spent 3/4 of a year to get coffee. All right, sounds good. Well, let's just say instead you put that $50 a week into an investment account and got an 8% average annual return compounding annually. So not compounding monthly, not compounding annually, 45 years. $50 a week, Sam. Mm-hmm. How much do you think that gets you in 45 years?
Quick math here. That would be I'm going to go. Wait, how many years? 45.
45 years.
45,000.
45,000.
Yeah.
It's actually $1,004,000.
Where did I screw up in my math? But anyways, what?
So that coffee that I go fucking get, the coffee and cinnamon roll I go get, it does not just cost me 20 minutes of work. It costs me 3/4 a year of my life and $1 million.
Damn.
To go get a coffee instead of making one at the office.
Which
and I
takes
don't
5
need
minutes.
a fucking muffin. It is, I don't need that in my diet. So that can just not even exist. That looks good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks really good. So I thought that was kind of funny.
I've been practicing my coffee art. It's not great. Most of the time, it's a person with a mustache.
So that's coffee, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's do this one for funsies.
No, I know what you're gonna do.
What's up?
Phone?
No, not a phone. No, I'm not going into time. I'm just doing strictly like more of a money thing.
Okay, got it.
The phone's bad. I know we spend years. No. I'm going strictly on the opportunity cost of driving a paid off car in cash compared to buying a car on a loan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like that.
This one is not. This is something I do not do. I'm very firm against this, but it's just a calculation I did. So I know the naysayers are going to be like, well, you have to save up. Yeah, no shit. So shut the fuck up and listen. So let's say you spend $250 a month, $200 for savings a month for a vehicle, $50 a month for your liability only insurance because your car is going to be a sub $15,000 car and then you do not need liability insurance on it. Okay.
Okay.
So $200 a month. If you're saving $200 a month, so 200 times 12, 2,400 times 5 gives you $12,000 car. So you'll be driving roughly 10-ish to 12-ish $1,000 cars. Okay. And if you buy Toyota or you buy Subaru, and then when you go to, if you buy a Toyota Camry like I got, you buy at 7, you drive for 5 years, you save up that 12 grand, and you sell that sucker for 4 still. You know what I'm saying? So like you can buy a $16,000 car then, which would be a Toyota Camry with 60,000 miles, and you can rinse and repeat that.
Yep.
So anyways, you do that, and compared to buying a new vehicle with a $650 a month payment and $150 comprehensive insurance, so $800, $550 difference. I am basing this on 30 years. 30 years, Shaun, why not 45 years? Here is why. Let's say you take that $550 a month and you invest it, compounded annually, 8% for 30 years. $550 a month. That brings you $764,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Not as crazy as the coffee example with way more money because we shorten the time horizon 15 years. Why 30 years? Well, because if you do that, and then you factor that into the average annual income of $66,622, that's a little over 11 years. And so you could just retire. Because you got 11 years banked. So if you decide to just drive used Toyota anything, Toyota Camrys, older 4Runners, whatever, you decide to drive that instead of a new vehicle, you can retire 11 years early on a 30-year time horizon.
That's insane.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is.
That is strictly
stupid.
By one decision, dude. By one decision to drive used instead of new, you can retire 11 years early.
That's just wild.
Dude. So anyways, that's why I didn't base it off 45 years. I based it off of 30 because you're going to be retired. You ain't even working 45.
Yeah, makes sense. That's
stupid. Dude, I love it. I love seeing shit like that. So I just wrote a blog on it. If you want to, see it a little more in depth, that's the cliff notes of it. Review it, think about it. I just talked to a buddy of mine last week about car loans and shit. So there's a little bit more for you in your opportunity cost.
Cool, fun. We do use that like every once in a while in the construction world too. Like if there was a dumb mistake made or we have to go back for something, Shaun likes to calculate out the opportunity cost that it costs the business, and that's always fun.
I love showing that shit to people. Guys on the team, whatever, of like, oh, you think going back and fixing that leaking drain ain't a big deal. This is how much it actually cost. It was not your wage. It was your earning potential, your hourly, you being on a different job, earning that earning potential, the drive time, the gas, and any materials associated.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends up being something that they go, well, it was only, it only took an hour of time. That only cost, $40 when, between my time and material, it was $40. And it's like, no. You actually just cost us $250.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like,
Yeah.
So that is what they love. They don't even factor in the fact that like that hour of time, if you make 35 an hour, that hour of time costs us $50.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also like to think about like obviously like the customer had to relay it to us. So that would be taking away
time from us,
time from Brooke, and then coordination after that. Like, there's a lot of back end that has to happen for each one of those too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what recently we kind of realized that we were putting flooring under islands. Well, you wouldn't think this is a big deal. But it is.
Well, glue down flooring, they say you can put under islands.
But what we discovered on 2 different jobs now is that the floor buckles.
There's still a little bit of expand and contract even with in LVP in general, even with glue down. So if you have stuff on it, that expanding and contraction, it can buckle a little bit, just a little bit, and it's not a bunch. But if there's an area that might just have a little less glue than like other areas, it usually gets affected there.
Yep. So we had 2 jobs at the exact same time that we had to go back to fix. So luckily, I mean, they weren't close to each other, but we just had like Kyle run and go fix both of them at the same day.
Right.
So
it's just because they say you can put stuff on it, and you can. You just really got to make sure
you glue it well.
You glue it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just like something like now we're like, okay, we're probably not going to put that underneath islands.
Right. And the funny thing is we've never we've never had that issue on any other project or property that wasn't those 2 islands.
Mm-hmm.
So, might be correlated. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just something that we've learned.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. What else are we talking about?
We've been doing a lot of business stuff lately, which is kind of fun. We've been actually having weekly meetings, which I think have been so helpful. We've been actually using Monday, so we're able to schedule out things better.
That helps.
It does a lot.
I was about ready to throw away Monday until you built it out. And it's like things, system scale.
Mm-hmm.
So when a system doesn't work, or it's broken, or it's not fully made, you just revert back to what's working.
Mm-hmm.
And what's working was pen and paper and an Excel doc.
Yeah.
But as soon as the system was built out, and shown how to work, we now have we now know all the jobs we have. We can see our percentage won and lost. We see where I got the things I got to follow up. And then we can see where all of our guys are going to be, rough timeline and roughly what they'll be doing from through the middle of June.
Yeah. And if we knew what other jobs we had, and we could go for the end of the year.
Going.
Yeah.
Where we could not be out more than two-ish weeks with a decent understanding to maybe a loose, rough 6 weeks.
Yeah. It was just the annoying thing with pen and paper is you can only erase and cross out stuff so many times. So we'd make a rough 1 month schedule, and then it would just go out the window, and everyone would just be frustrated and not want to do it.
Right.
And so with our system on Monday, it's just so much easier. We're okay, we have to wait for the inspector to come. So now hanging drywall has to be pushed out another week. So it's just a couple clicks.
Yeah, a couple clicks.
And you can adjust it.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it way, way easier to adjust things.
Yeah, big time.
And you can see them in calendar view, which is super helpful. We have it organized by subcontractors, so we can see the different colors and make sure that people aren't double booked up in places. So yeah, it's really nice. I basically just had to take our old system and just throw it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
We still have it on there right now until I figured we'd finish up some of these
bigger jobs that we got.
Yeah, and some of the original projects that were in the other one.
Oh, I gotta grab my to-do list that I never did.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's still some things in the old workspace that I left for now, and then we'll just clean that out once we get there. Once we get going more on this new one. But I was really afraid it was just going to be another thing that I built and then we never used. But we've actually been using, I'd probably say about 3/4 of this one.
Yeah.
There's a couple spots that we're not really using. But I also don't know if we need to use them either.
It does have a little thing with time as well, because we're trying to do so many other things as well as just getting used to the system.
Yeah.
And so just in my example, I spend so much of my time in sales that I'm only focused on making sure that my sales portion is updated and my stuff's getting moved to projects.
Yeah.
But once I am really good at that and that becomes seamless, it's going to be a lot easier to start using more parts of the system.
Yeah, and there's some parts that are just a little redundant, but they do it because it wasn't obviously I ChatGPT the whole design of it and then inputted it myself. But there's one board that's a admin exec board. And so it's a little redundant because in there you're supposed to copy and paste what jobs are in progress.
I see.
So then Brooke then could just look at that board and know where everyone is at and scheduled.
Right.
But I just don't think we need that. Because I think
too many things.
Right. I was just it just seems too redundant at times.
Yeah.
And then we have another page that we have it filled up for the most part. We're just so booked up right now that it just doesn't matter.
Right.
So we have another page that's how many hours everyone has available. And so we have Alpha crew, Bravo crew, and then sales slots and project manager slots.
Right.
Hours or whatever. And so there's a booked column and an available column. And so our crews, they're booked out until the end of June, basically. So there's just zero availability for weeks on end.
Bravo, you're saying? Or what? For what?
for Bravo and Alpha.
Yeah, they're just there's they don't have openings yet for.
Um,
But yeah, we had Charlie, but Charlie's gone, so we need to add a Delta because Charlie will be back.
Yeah. So we'll it's a pointless board right now just because the two teams we have are just booked out for months. But and
it would be less kind of redundant and pointless. If we still had our third team around, which will be back, but we're looking at adding a fourth. And so, I mean, then it'll be really nice because when you got 4 teams, there's bound to be gaps. And of those, I mean, they all are built up of subs. So, like, there's some regular employees that work with the subs, but, every team has subs in them. And so subs need time off for their personal or like their other jobs.
Yeah.
So then it's easy to go into that thing and see like that they're gone, if they've got a 3-week project, we can book them out mark them off for 3 weeks so we can't book them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it's nice in that realm too, because we don't use strictly employees.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about the sales one is that it's like, oh, how many slots are open for like Shaun to go look at an estimate?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, Brooke kind of just schedules them. So she doesn't need to look at the thing and be like, oh, yeah, we have a sales slot available next week. And then she'd have to go into your calendar to look at where it is.
She's already in my calendar. She's opening, so she just drops it in.
Right.
I will say, though, to be using it down the line, it'll be nice because, like,
when we have like a full-time salesman that's not connected to Brooke's calendar. Even
though like, but so, my KPI of having like getting my estimates done in a week, honestly, if I do more than 3, I could do 4 bathrooms and get it done. But if I do a basement, an addition, and a bathroom or 2, or even like a little maintenance job, I can't, like, it's just not
right.
The amount of time spent on doing the estimates and stuff changes so much, and the amount of whatever. So it's tough to make that actually like relevant.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And Shaun already created my rock for next quarter, so.
What was that?
Creating you a new estimating form.
It's not even a new form. It's just
adding to it.
It's just building out the forms I have.
Yeah.
I've got a ton of forms, but they're not all in one area, all like built out clean with tabs. And I think that's going to be the easiest way for me to operate.
So it's going well. It's going really cool.
We talk about this a lot. We talk a lot about building the foundation and like really making sure our quality's high, our operations are well before adding the sales. And so, I mean, because I've been like I brought up multiple times, I've been reached out to multiple organizations to go and do sales trainings and like to increase my sales team. And I've told them both, like, leave me alone until next year. Like, this year is strictly for infrastructure. Like, I love what you guys have, and I think what you guys have is great. Don't talk to me about sales this year. I just need to build infrastructure. And the thing is like, and I say that because of this. With our current teams, I'm pretty confident that I can keep us booked this whole year. Now, does that mean we're going to crush it out of the park? No. And same thing last year when the storms came through. I knew we weren't going to crush it out of the park. But we're building the foundation so that when we do decide to scale, we got the systems, we have the foundations. System scale. I am very confident even in 2 months of the system we've been using, 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Very confident, even in the 6 weeks. By this time next year, it's going to be so easy to train someone in on that. To how to use it. We will be very familiar with it. There will not be like, oh, not sure. It'll be like, no. That's very easy on how to do that. all I have to work on them with is how to estimate. And at that point, we will have the whole estimating document. So everything will be based on, hours in square feet or linear feet. And so it'll just it all becomes very easy when it's all built out.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, dude, if I had to hire a salesman without the system and without the documents, it would not be, I do not believe it would be quality.
No, I mean, think about, have you ever been hired before? You've been hired, they teach you one way, and they're like, oh, actually, we're going to teach you this whole new way, and here's, all this documentation you have to do and everything. You're going to be pissed.
It does not work.
Right. You're going to be like, no, you tell me this way, and I want to do this way. And, change is never, it's so hard in businesses.
It is.
So it's better to just build out the system with Shaun, and then we can train someone. It's
the same thing with a culture, and the culture is not on our rock this quarter, and it probably won't even be on our rock next quarter. We try to live by our values and stuff, so that kind of follows our culture. But culture will be one of our rocks this year, and that will be essentially a full quarter of making sure everything is perfect. Everything is how we expect it to be, and then following up and making sure that stays the standard. Because right now we've got a main team of 11 and 10, 11, whatever. Got a main team of 11, and we're adding one to two more. So we're going to have a main team of around 12, 13 people. That is a lot of people to change culture with. Now think of how difficult that would be with 30.
Oof.
So it's going to, change the culture with 3 people is going to be difficult, but fairly simple. You're going to get in the room. You're all going to do the same thing. You're all going to pick up after yourselves, and it's going to work out pretty good. 12 people, it's going to be a little difficult. It's definitely going to take. It's going to be more than a quarter. I can tell you that much, but it's going to be difficult. Now you want to do a new culture with 30 people, with 50 people, with 100 people. Now it's possible, but you're going to have a lot of turnover. You're going to have a lot of stress. You're going to ask yourself, is this worth it? A lot. Yeah. And and this is the thing, when the storms came through last year in the area, Sam and I, we stuck to our guns here on this, and Kyle too, me, Sam and Kyle stuck to our guns. We're we could go make money easy. We can go add $1 million plus to our revenue easy. But I was I am not willing to do that and fuck up a year for that extra money. Because I wanted to, if I go out there, I don't want there to be a potential of my name being tarnished to make some extra money for 1 year. So it's not worth it to me. Now, last year we did a few of those jobs, and we got a couple really good teams that we use. Yeah. So I'm very confident this year to do some more of those. But once again, I'm not going to do a ton because we have a process, we have a plan, and my goal is not to make money this year. My goal is to be making a whole lot of money in 50 years.
What time is it?
Time for me to go.
I knew Shaun was lost in the sauce, so I needed to cut him off.
Back to work.
Yes. And then Shaun's got a gun banquet tonight, and hopefully wins us another gun.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Because this is the one you usually win at, right? Kyle usually wins at the other one.
Yeah, I've won. Both years I've went to this, I've won.
And Kyle's won both times at the fall one.
And I haven't won at all at the fall one. I'm so fucking pumped for tonight, dude.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.